OCD can have a big impact on the life of college students. Let me talk to you about some examples of what I've personally seen in treatment of individuals who were at college or university. One person was kicked out of his dormitory because he had a form of OCD called religious scrupulosity. He had a fear that he might do something morally or ethically wrong, or he could go to hell. And he had been to a campus religious group early in the day. When he came back to his dorm room, he decided that he wanted to be saved. So he did what he needed to do. He uttered from his lips, "Jesus is my Lord and Savior," and then doubted if God had heard him, so he said it a little bit louder, and then louder again, and kept doubting if he had done it correctly, to the point that he was in the hall screaming it at the top of his lungs, and campus security was called and took him to the hospital because they feared that he was going psychotic. I've also seen individuals who can't leave their dorm room because the hall of the dorm is just too overwhelming and too dirty. There's too many people out there. There's too many chances to get contaminated or to contaminate someone. So they skip all of their classes and they don't leave their dorm room. That has led them to fail out of college. Other individuals who have been afraid to even walk across campus or take the bus on campus, depending the size of the campus, because they fear, what if I were to harm someone while doing that? One woman was afraid that she had stabbed someone on the bus right before one of the sessions she had with me, even though she didn't have a knife with her. But she feared, but what if I did it, and what if I threw the knife away, and now someone's been stabbed, and I got away with it, and they're harmed, and it's my fault, and I've ruined their college career, and maybe someday there'll be a video that will come up, and it will find me and show me that I did it. OCD can cause roommates to have a very significantly difficult time living with each other. If one roommate is more stereotypical of what some people might think of OCD, with being very clean and orderly, and the other roommate is not, that can cause a lot of arguments or fights between them. We even know, though, that there are people with OCD who will suffer silently and who may look on the surface as if they're functioning well, but they're not sleeping and they're having trouble getting their work done. There are people who won't even get work done because their work has to be done perfectly. And if they don't do it perfectly, they can't turn it in. So they may get to a point where they're failing out of their classes for not having turned in any assignments. Though they had every intention to do so, they just couldn't bring themselves to finally turn it in because it wasn't quite right yet. It wasn't just right, or it wasn't good enough or even perfect enough for them to do, which could cause them to fail out of school totally. Though many of our college students are young, they're between 17 to 22, 23 years old, OCD can have significant impact on their lives and can lead them to have a very difficult experience at college, living in a dorm, or even as a commuter student as well. If you see students who are suffering like this, please reach out to us at NoCD. We would love to partner with you and your CAPS organization and be the provider for people who have obsessive compulsive disorder on your campus. Instead of having to take a staff person and train them in exposure and response prevention therapy, our partnership with you can allow the students on your campus who have OCD to work with us and receive the most evidence-based treatment that is available in a very efficient protocol of doing so. If this sounds of interest to you, please reach out to us at treatmyocd.com or nocd.com. We would be happy to work with you.